All right. Well, hello, Guardians and gamers, and welcome back. It has actually been a while. Last week was an absolute write-off. Tornado tore up everything, and it was a big mess, honestly. No power for a couple of days, and internet was in and out. Ridiculous. So this is the weekly reset for Tuesday, August 6th. Let's head to the tower. I don't know why I went back to orbit, but yeah, let's head to the tower here quickly and see what we're going to get this week. First off, I'll launch us and see what Eververse has here right away. Let's take a look. So this week for at the Eververse for the shaders, we've got the pomegranate gloss shader. We've also got the rising sea foam shader, the celebratory entrance transmat effect, and the predator sun ghost shell. And for the emote this week, we got the sweltering heat. So, you know, if you're one of those Americans down in the U.S. there, this one might be for you because I've heard it's been ridiculously hot down there. So that's absolutely unfortunate. But yeah, next up, we've also got the vacation ghost projection, the beach header weapon ornament for the Merciless. This is actually a really decent one, at least I thought it was. Next up, we've also got the Off My Lawn Sparrow, the Well-Traveled Ship, which is that like bus looking one. It's kind of interesting if you collect those things. And the Quadricopter Ghost Shell, the Righteous Emote. And then next up, we've got the Building Castles. We've also got the Baroque Transmat Effect, the Shocking Entrance Effect, and the Sand Castle effect as well. This one is actually kind of interesting. We've also got the Welded Brass shader, the Bruised Blush shader. We've also got the Oiled I'm going to say algae. Is it algae? Algae? Anyways, the Vintage Timber shader. Next up, let's go take a quick look at what Banshee is going to have for us today while we're on our way by. Sometimes he's got some good weapons, sometimes he don't. It's the luck of the draw, right? So taking a quick look, we've got the Cryosura Mello auto rifle with ensemble and thresh, not very good. The Dire Promise hand cannon with auto loading holster as well as rangefinder. Might not be too bad for PvP. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be the God roll by far, but auto-loading, you know, if you're switching weapons, might not be too bad. I don't prefer the Dire Promise, but yeah, somebody else might. Next up, we got the Seven Seraph Sidearm with Field Prep and Dragonfly, the Far Future Sniper Rifle with Moving Target as well as Multi-Kill Clip, and the Negative Space Sword with Burst Guard, Tireless Blade, and Surrounded. Let's move on and go down and see what Ada is going to have for us this week. So, like I always mention, if there is any of the dungeons, the raids, the exotic missions that you guys are looking to do, definitely hit up the channel, the YouTube channel there. Right there is the link to the Discord. And come and join us. We can get some of those things done. So the armor set this week for the Titan is the Devastation Complex armor set. Ada doesn't have anything that rolls high stats, but if you want to get this stuff for the transmogging purposes, it rotates every week. So definitely be picking it up and using some of these armor synths to be able to transmog those. Next up for the shaders, we got the Golden Empire shader, the Echoes of Io shader, as well as the War Cult camo shader. The Nightfall this week is going to be Fallen Saber. The raid is Garden of Salvation. The dungeon is Pit of Heresy, as well as the mission is going to be Presage. Let's take a quick look at what we are going to have for our patch notes. I don't know why it closed Discord, but we'll bring it up. It'll just take a second here anyways. Unless it's doing updates, which, of course, got to do updates for some odd reason. All right, let's bring this up in Destiny 2 updates, and we've got patch notes right here. Cool. Let's bring that over. So this week, we've got update 8.0.5. So activities Crucible. So general increased the weighting of popular maps and decreased the weighting of less popular maps. So that's actually kind of a good thing. So I guess, everybody's got their preference on what they prefer for the maps. So removing some of those ones that just people don't like, really, I think it's just going to make that Crucible experience a whole lot better. So increase the weight for Javelin 4, Burnout, Endless Veil, Kyrus Plaza, Dissonance, Eventide Ruins, reduced the weight for Disjunction, Cathedral of Dusk, Convergence, Twilight Gap, Exodus Blue, Dead Cliffs. All other maps have standard weighting. Updated Snake Draft to better account for fire. What? Updated Snake Draft to better account for firearms. I'm not exactly sure what that one is. Updated the qualifier penalties to more lenient for players who really quit or get disconnected, but much more restrictive for players who quit regularly. So that's got to be based off of some algorithm that they've recently put in there, because I don't know. And for an algorithm to be in there that's actually monitoring that per player, yeah, I really think there could be better uses with things than that. Competitive. So competitive Artifice Armor Challenge is available after placement series if player is gold or higher. Reduce the score to win in Clash mode from 40 to 35. Improve the spawn logic in Collision mode for prioritizing spawns. It's spawning you closer to your teammates, which, I mean, I don't know why we're just getting to fixing this now. This has been a pain for quite a long time, where it spawns you literally all the way on the other side of the map, or spawns you right in the other team's spawn, which is awesome. So fixed an issue where the rank-based matching tooltip referenced glory instead of competitive rank. Yeah, I heard about this one. That would have been interesting. Trials. So while in a 3-person fire team, losses will not remove a win from passage of persistence. That one's kind of interesting. Enabled the blended ammo system in Trials. Yeah, so I seen them post about this one on Twitter. I do believe that was last week. The prototype special ammo meter has now been fully depreciated from our core Crucible experience, though it will still be available in private matches and when Checkmate is in rotation. So definitely take note of that. They are monitoring PvP, see how they can mess with this ammo stuff. The meter system is currently being rebuilt to address technical and balance concerns, and we will have more info on its return at a later date. So basically, Bungie honestly has one of the worst habits, and I don't agree with it, is using the populous player base as test guinea pigs for things. And a lot of the times that goes wrong. And if it does go wrong, it's the whole populace that suffers. Instead of having a PTR, a test group to test some of these things out, No, we just we'll throw it out there and everybody can suffer instead of just a small, test group of whatever, how many players that you need, 10, 20, something like that for players to test these things out, and then they can fix and tweak them. Yeah. So next up, we've also got fixed an issue where newer versions of Summoner and Eye of Soul did not unlock the collectible in the Trials Collection badge. That's kind of interesting. I guess those things weren't linking properly. Fixed an issue where disconnecting a while on the Passage of Ferocity would sometimes prevent players from launching the activity. Yeah, this one's an unfortunate one. It's happened to me a few times. Iron Banner temporarily removed tribute for additional improvement. Fixed an issue where Camille's dagger and Claw of the Wolf did not count towards the Arman's Taste Triumph. Oh, interesting. Private matches increased player cap for Rumble in private match lobbies to 12 players. Raids and dungeons. So Salvation's Edge. Here's what I've been hoping for, some big fixes. So fix an issue where resident pickups will not be removed after completion of some activities. So yeah, you'd completed an encounter and you'd be going from, in between encounters, from encounter to encounter, and maybe you didn't get to deposit one of your resonances. You know how you're sitting there at the little altar and you're trying to get it to go in and it doesn't fucking go in. So you'll be traveling, not noticing you have a resonance, and it would kill you. You'd run out of time and it would kill you, especially on the third encounter where you're traveling from like in between the rooms. If you had a resonance and you didn't have enough, it didn't deposit, or you didn't notice that it didn't deposit, and you were traveling between rooms, it could kill you in between the rooms, which is fucking annoying. Moving on, fixed an issue where players who died in traversal areas could respawn in locations that made it difficult to return to the intended path. Fixed an issue where the lore book Triumph was missing individual steps, descriptions, and icons. Fixed an issue in the Verity encounter where ghost pickups could unintentionally be created, causing difficulties in determining the correct ghost pickup. Really? That's weird. Fixed an issue in Verity encounter where extra ghost pickups could unintentionally be created. Oh, that's really interesting. I wonder how it was doing that. Okay. So fix an issue where an enrage warning was missing from the Herald of Finality boss encounter. Well, you can kind of tell they always do that, like enraged move. There was all kinds of issues where things weren't popping up in different places, even in Ghost of the Deep when you were diving in. You could hear that you were getting squashed, but there was no meter. Fixed an issue where the raid armor mods had duplicate text in the description. Fixed an issue where objective progress text was missing for multiple triumphs. Well, that would suck. How would you know what you're progressing on exactly? So seasonal activities, breach executable, adjusting tuning for laser walls during the Minotaur boss encounter, increased delay time on laser wall. Cadence. Fuck me. Reduced damage of laser wall by 50%. Fixed an issue where players could get out of bounds during the Minotaur boss encounter. Somebody's always going to find these. It doesn't matter. They're going to find that. Onslaught. A new Onslaught attunement option is available from Zavala in the tower. Players can select the single Brave Arsenal weapon to attune to, increasing the drop chance by 60% in Onslaught. So that's actually a really good one. If there is a weapon that you are trying to get other than other one, more than other ones, this will definitely help you with that. So Excision fixed an issue where selecting the narrative version of Excision did not play the end epilogue cinematic after completion. And I've actually been waiting for them to fix this. So Dual Destiny added a weekly challenge to Dual Destiny that rewards an exotic class item, powerful tier 1 upon completion. Liminality fixed an issue where waterfalls could lose their sound if players return to them after already passing through. That's literally just a glitch. Vanguard Ops, so fixed an issue where champions appeared in Battlegrounds, launched from Vanguard Ops playlist. So really, this Tuesday is just a big patch of all these little bug fixes that they could find. So AI and UX, so your HUD, so Fireteam find basically all your settings and stuff. So added all as a search option to activity selection. Added toast for all members after leaders summoned via Fireteam Finder. Added alert when a player is kicked from the Fireteam. Added a notification to text chat when friends come online. That's actually a good one. Ooh, I'm happy that they added that one. It's kind of cool. Added a setting to toggle on off the notification for friends coming online. So that's also good. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. Added more accurate location information when viewing players in the roster. Fixed an issue that could allow an unavailable activity to be selected using Fireteam Finder. Yeah, so we kind of knew about that one. I think you were able to launch into Nightfalls that weren't active or something like that. Fix an issue where inviting players to a Fireteam Finder lobby did not take into account the Fireteam invite privacy settings. Fixed an issue where Empire Hunt activities were missing from the create/search. Fixed an issue where system message could fill up text chat and make messages vertical. That would be freaking annoying. Fixed an issue where players' names were not showing in the roster tooltip. Fixed an issue where invite model did not close after rejecting a Fireteam Finder invite. Fixed an issue where Bungie Friends list did not refresh immediately upon login. That's always been an issue. You always have to wait for it to propagate. That's always been like that. If fucking how many 10 years now it's always done that. If they found an issue for that, wow, 10 years to fix one issue. Quests, so fix an issue where New Light quests had a blank image when on feature quest view. Interesting. Gameplay investment abilities, so generals, Titan, hunters, so they fix a lot of the abilities for the characters, probably making them a little bit more balanced, right? You know, if you go off of the lore would say that basically you're a god. You killed a god, you're a god, you're all powerful, but they can't break the game, so they have to make sure things are balanced. It's kind of annoying. So exotic armor, they did a bunch of fixes to a lot of the exotic armor. So Radiant Dance Machines, Arceus's Embrace, so for Titans, Arbor Warden, Lion Ramparts, Lion Ramparts, fix an issue where you could aim down sights ADS while Lion Ramparts Enhanced Lift was active without dispersing the lift. Ooh, that's interesting. Hazardous Propulsion, so that's the new chess piece for the Titan. Fixed an issue where Hazardous Propulsion was not boosting the splash damage of Quicksilver Storm micro rockets. Oh, so it just wasn't coded in there to recognize that as a rocket assisted weapon. Warlocks, so Getaway Artist, a Solopism is another one that they were fixing. So fixed an issue. Fixed an issue where vortex grenades were granting more energy back than intended with the Spirit of Osmiomancy perk. Fixed an issue where super damage bonus from Spirit of the Star Eater was able to was being applied to ignition caused by Song of Flame. So interaction fixes. Armor mods, so a bunch more fixes to some of the armor mods that they had put in there. Reduce the cost of reserve mods by 1. Weapon archetypes. So different, we got the scout rifle, so aggressive scout rifles, increase PvE damage by 30%. So that's going to be noticeable. Definitely, take note of that one. Deadman's Tail, is affected by this change. So if you guys are wanting a boost to your DMT, definitely be checking that out in, PvE or PvP as well. Actually, just PvE. So pulse rifles, heavy burst fixed an issue where this weapon was displaying their RPM as 395 instead of 300. This does not affect the weapon's actual RPM. It's just a visual. So snipers reduced flinch damage, flinch taken from combats by 50%. That's fucking awesome because it was absolutely over flinching you when things were hitting you. You weren't able to ADS at all. Glaives increased melee damage in PvE by 20%. Shotguns, so lightweights, fix an issue where lightweight shotguns were not receiving the lightweight intrinsic buff to movement speed and mobility. Special ammo sidearms, so rocket assisted frames, so corrected an issue that was allowing them to progress ammo finder mods as if they were primary weapons. I'm okay with this one. This one you guys could have left alone. PvP, so weapon tuning, bows, so precision based damage, 84.6 to 90 critical hit damage, so 126.9 to 130. So it's just an increase, in here. So that's not too bad. Exotic weapons, exotic weapons. So duality corrected an issue where duality was not using slug shotgun ADS damage, fall off scalar values of 1.2 times. So conditional finality, Bastion. People were saying that they had noticed Bastion was actually pretty good in some situations. Corrected an issue where Bastion was not spawning with ammo and Crucible. So that's a new one. I never heard about that. Ariana's Vow increased damage versus barrier champions shields by 67%. Monte Carlo fixed an issue that allowed Monte Carlo bayonet damage to persist when picking up a carry object. So like you could use the carry object and Monte Carlo to kill things. Ergo Sum fixed an issue where Ergo Sum Sacred Flame trait effect counted as primary weapon damage. Wishkeeper fixed an issue where some versions of the Wishkeeper exotic bow had unintentional access to the combat grip. Really? These have been updated to have heavy grip. That's interesting. Perks, so they fixed a bunch of the perks. Take a look at those. The Golden Tricorn Onslaught, Threat Remover, and Recombination. So Recombination corrected an issue where the perk would sometimes deactivate before dealing the bonus damage. Threat Remover, so it increased buff duration from 5 to 7 seconds. Reduced pellets to proc from 12 to 11. Added a handling scaler, so Golden Tricorn, so fixed an issue where Golden Tricorn was activating an ability kill that did not match the weapon's damage type. That's interesting. Onslaught, so fixed an issue where Enhanced Onslaught could activate on grenade kills. I'm okay with that one. You could have left that one alone. Weapon mods, so they did a bunch of changes to those. And then the general, if you want to take a look at everything in general, Pathfinder, a bunch of different changes in the Pathfinder as well, which I still think needs to be worked on a little bit better. So accessories fixed an issue where Bungie Foundation Disciples Shell listed an incorrect source of collections. Another general, I don't know why we got two. but sure. So fix an issue where Tessellation was incorrectly being granted to players without the Final Shape Annual Pass Edition. The weapon will be removed from anyone who already has it. Ooh, what? The weapon will not be removed. Oh, okay. Jesus. I had to read that properly in the first place. I was about to like, come again. Fix an issue where certain Legacy Iron Banner ornaments items were missing a description, adjusted chances for acquiring exotic class items from chests to be more generous, increased progression on escalation test chances. So these are some of the things that I noticed that that players in the community have been mentioning to Bungie. So it's actually nice to see where they do listen to the community and fix those things instead of, making people suffer for months and months and months. So fix an issue where Xur's Strange Favor buff was not available to be redeemed for all characters on the account once it was unlocked for the week. Yeah, so it was supposed to be for all characters. We're supposed to be able to unlock it. All right, appreciate everybody. Like I said, do me the favor and hit that like and that sub button. Come and join us if there is any of the dungeons, the raids, the exotic missions you guys are looking to do. Hit us up. Check us out. Make sure you guys take note of a lot of these changes. Picking up on these things like certain weapons being buffed, actually really puts them in play. Play with them. If they're broken, don't say anything. Everybody, until next week, you guys be safe and take care.